It is week 3 of the Wolfey Draft League, and your Jubilife Piplups are taking on ShadyPenguinn and his New York Mankeys. I am super excited for this matchup, as if you don't know, ShadyPenguinn is an OG Draft League player. Back in Gen 6, he was one of the biggest Pokemon content creators to that time period and really brought just a bunch of energy, and his content was amazing from Draft League to Nuzlocke. I used to watch a bunch of ShadyPenguinn, especially during that time period, and he was always a delight to watch, and I'm super excited to see how this is going to go. If you don't know, Shady also does have some VGC experience as well. He was a VGC caster back in the day, about 2015 2016, so he does have VGC experience on deck, as well as Draft League knowledge, and a lot of it. So this is not going to be an easy opponent for us. And if you can't tell, his team is a super big threatening one with Anti-Psyspam, with Armor Rouge, the female entity, alongside the Hisuian Braviary that can do a lot of damage with Expanding Force when terrestrialized, and of course regular Ursaluna, one of the biggest threats in VGC, alongside both a potential Trick Room and Tailwind mode. So had a lot of things to consider during this match, and here's the team that I came up with. So this is the team I cooked for the New York Mankeys. We're going to start off with the main mode of the team, which is going to be the Alolan Ninetales and Crocodile, which I think is pretty safe against most of Shady's options. The modes that I'm fearing mostly are going to be the Tailwind mode with the Drifblim, alongside the Armor Rouge. Like, what kind of Armor Rouge are we going to see? Are we going to see the Weak Armor Weakness Policy set, which is very viable? Or we're going to see like the standard hard Trick Room, like Life Orb or Meteor Beam Armor Rouge. I want to cover for all of those options. And I think this Alolan Ninetales and Crocodile really does cover pretty well. With Focus Sash Ninetales, it's able to survive any one hit and either go for Icy Wind Speed Control, which is great against the Tailwind mode, or can just go for like Aurora Veil potentially, or that Rain Dance, which I'll explain in a little bit. But we also have this Crocodile, which is super solid against Shady's team. Max Special Defense with the Assault Vest does allow me to survive a +2 Armor Cannon from the Armor Rouge, which is useful for the Weak Armor Weakness Policy sets. And of course, it's pretty good against the hard Trick Room setup, especially with Snarl. I do run the Terra Flying on the Alolan Ninetales to bluff the Earthquake on the Crocodile, so that is an option that Shady will have to consider. But the coverage is pretty good. The Dragon Tails for the Armor Rouge, if the weak armor stuff gets a bit out of control, can also Dragon Tail out the setup on Orthworm or the Unburden boost away from the Drifblim. Like, I think Dragon Tail's pretty solid here as well, and Snarl, of course, really useful into NDD plus Armor Rouge lead. We also have this Choice Specs Blastoise, and I had Rain Dance on the Alolan Ninetales, you might see, and it's for this Blastoise because without any resistance to the water type moves, like Water Spout will do a ton of damage and nuke pretty much everything that Shady can throw off. And the reason I run Rain Dance on the Alolan Ninetales plus the Blastoise is because there is a potential of Sunny Day on the Drifblim, so I want to cover that and go for the Rain Dance Water Spout, which is the huge reason why I decided to go with this combination. Next, we have the Annihilape, and I don't know if I'm really bringing Annihilape here, but I thought it was like one of my best mons here. Of course, it does put on a lot of pressure against Ursaluna in general. And that Terra Dark option, no Rage Fist on deck, but it is to cover for the NDD and the Armor Rouge, as well as the Hisuian Braviary. The Psychic type attacks, of course, really solid, and the Drillshop to be able to hit the NDD, which might run Terra Ghost because of the option of Final Gambit that I brought into Annihilape previously. But otherwise, it's a pretty standard Annihilape that's designed to outspeed the Armor Rouge and the Braviary, or at least timid max speed Braviary and modest max speed Armor Rouge. Same thing with Crocodile and Blastoise. That's those speed stats make sure I don't speed tie with each other, but they do design to outspeed the Armor Rouge, Braviary, as I mentioned before. And then final two, which I wasn't going to plan on originally bringing, but a fan made some fan art. I'm going to show it on the screen here. I thought it was like super epic fan art. I'm like, you know what? I gotta bring it. I gotta bring the Duosion and the Hydrapple for this week, because I feel like this is the best time for both of them to shine here, because I could utilize either Shady's own Trick Room and the Psychic Terrain, or if there's a fast mode, I can go for the Trick Room with Duosion and sweep under with Expanding Force and the Hydrapple that is super threatening. So we have this really threatening Duosion that underspeeds pretty much everything on Shady's team, and with that Overcoat, we do ignore the fungus, so not that big of a deal, and Hydrapple being a grass type is immune to the fungus spore, so Looks like it's pretty solid there. Berry with Reflect is pretty cool because, you know, I decided I was not running Protect. These Draft League players haven't been running Protect. I'm not going to run Protect either. I'll play by their game. Have Reflect for the Ursaluna, which is pretty neat, as well as the Scrafty and Orform attacks. The Grass Knot that's able to punish the Ursaluna. And then Hydro Pump, which is able to be pretty solid into both the Armarouge as well as the Orform. And I do have a Regenerator. I did think about running Super Sweet Syrup, but you know what? I felt like I was going to switch more than if it was necessary. So I'll risk the Hydro Pump, and I'm not expecting to click it, but if I do, I'll just hit, you know? And then Duosion, of course, just able to have Trick Room and dish out a good amount of damage that way. So that is the team that we are bringing against Shady. There are a few things that I am a little bit concerned about. The Entity Female. I'm curious if we're going to see like a Choice Specs Terra Fairy set, because I think that would be super strong against my team. And I am a little bit scared of a few other factors, like what kind of Ursaluna, the Hisuian Bravery that hits really hard. And those are probably the main things that I think can be a big factor here. So let's get into this game versus ShadyPenguinn. All right, he brought Houndoom. Okay, Houndoom in the Drifblim mode. I'm not surprised to see the Drifblim. Okay, so I'm gonna have to... No Hisuian Bravier is nice. No Scrafty, that's not like too surprising. Good to know. I'm gonna write down the Terra types while figuring this out. So Houndoom, and it's Water Entity, which is a little bit annoying for me. Grass Armarouge as well. Not the best, because I did bring the Water Spouter. Fairy Ursaluna, worst case for my Annihilate. Orfworm is the Fighting Terra, so I'm assuming it's for like body presses. And then Ghost Drifblim. I wonder if it's offensive Drifblim. And Houndoom is Grass. Okay. So this is going to be a pretty interesting one. I do like Crocodile a lot here. It's not Fairy Terra Entity, so I don't really have to worry about super much on the offensive side. I do have my own Trick Room route with Duosion, which I do enjoy. I want to go here. I think I want to do Ninetales Crocodile lead, which seems solid. I think Ninetales Crocodile is pretty solid. And back... I think I'm going to try out Duosion and Hydrapple. I didn't have much time to think because it took me more time to think about the Terra types than I expected. But I want to save the Blastoise mode for game 2. Like, I knew if there was a Drifblim going to be brought, I would definitely be bringing the Crocodile game 1, usually with Ninetales. This was my plan here. So let's see. Going to be the Armarouge and the Houndoom. Okay, interesting. Oh, is this some kind of weak armor weakness policy? It should be fine. We're going to Intimidate off. Is this on Nerve on Houndoom? Okay. So we have Rain Dance, or I could go for Aurora Veil, or I could go for Icy Wind. All are pretty reasonable plays here. I do kind of like the Aurora Veil, but it could be Scarf Houndoom, I suppose. I could just go for an Icy Wind immediately. Icy Wind knockoff is not like a terrible play, so I think I kind of like that. Or I could go for Icy Wind High Horsepower, but I kind of like the idea of going for the knockoff because I'm not too scared of Houndoom, I think, offensively. I'm more scared of Armarouge. And I want to figure out items in this game for sure. So I think I just go for Icy Wind knockoff. They go for Sucker Punch. Oh, it is weak armor weakness policy. So that's not like too surprising. I have a really bulky, and I mean really bulky Crocodile. So weak armor weakness policy. Good to know. All right. I should go down here to my attack of knockoff if I survive the turn, but let's see. It's just Heat Wave, which is fine because I live it with both Pokemon easily. I am a Assault Vest Crocodile, and we do have that Focus Sash on the Ninetales. No burn, which is nice. We get Icy Wind off into the Houndoom to lower its stats, which is cool. Okay, awesome. Yep, it's not Cover Cloak. Okay, that's good to know. And I do get the knockoff into the Armarouge. So I do get rid of Armarouge immediately, which is really good because that is a pretty big offensive threat that I don't have to worry about. Also, it's Heat Wave that I don't have to worry about. Okay. So this is weakness policy. And the Houndoom has Sucker Punch, and also it's Heat Wave. Good to know. Not a bad start, I'd say. I did have a Assault Vest specifically for like the Armarouge situation. I was EV'd with my Crocodile to live like a really powerful attack from that Armarouge, so very happy that it did work out. Let's see. I was able to EV to live Armor Cannon from weakness policy Armarouge, which I did have just in consideration. It's a Sucker Punch. We go Orfworm next, which is fine. Okay. I think I'm just gonna get my Aurora Veil up immediately. The only problem is it's probably Ursaluna back, which is a little bit annoying. but I do have probably a decent amount of tools to handle it. So I think I'm going to go for Auroraville, and I'm going to go for high horsepower into the Houndoom. Yeah, I think that's okay. If they protect and they go for body press, that's not like that big of a deal. Although I did bring pretty slow mons, and I didn't bring the best mons for Houndoom, so maybe this could get concerning, but we'll figure it out as we go along. We'll figure it out as we go along. I would like to get rid of Houndoom if possible, and I don't know. They might Sucker Punch into Ninetales, which would be really incredible. They protect Orpheum, which is amazing for me, so I should get the knockout here into the Houndoom. So I do get a free Auroraville. They have Protect on Orpheum. Good to know, because sometimes Orpheum doesn't usually run Protect, so I don't know if it's Shed Tail or not. We do get the high horsepower KO into the Houndoom. Excellent. I wish I had Encore on the Ninetales too, but this works out pretty well. Okay, awesome. And then last Pokemon's probably Ursaluna. Oh, wait, it's Indeedee back? Okay, was not expecting the Indeedee back. Sure. I'll gladly take it. I don't have a reason to set up or reveal the Rain Dance. I have really weird offensive Pokemon to back, but I think Devotion's pretty good offensively. I think if I get rid of Indeedee, I'm in a good spot. I think I'm just going to go for a Blizzard, and I think I go for a knockoff here into the Indeedee. That should take the knockout here, especially since it's not Psychic Seed, so that's good to know. Although it should be Psychic Seed Drifblim, which is what I imagine. Okay, so this is perfect. So this, even though I didn't get to sweep with the Blastoise, I do have a very good spot, and I do think that I'm in a pretty comfortable position with my Duosion plus my Hydrapple in back if I just KO this Indeedee. Blizzard. Good damage. That's 25%. I get a freeze on the Orpheum. Unfortunate for Shady. Although this was already looking pretty bad. Oh, it's Cobra Berry. Okay, good to know. Knock off. Good damage. Okay. So good text to know. Light screen. Okay. I need to check the Blizzard damage onto the Indeedee. That is... Okay, so it's like... It has probably Calm Nature and Max Defense Investment, which is what I thought. Like, that was what I anticipated. It's leftovers Orpheum, so good to know. Okay. So this is Cobra Berry. With... Light screen. And the Orpheum has leftovers. It's good to know. Good information. So now we can go for... I think I'm just going to go for Icy Wind. And I'm just going to go for knockoff into the Indeedee again. They're going to go for Helping Hand. So good to know that they have Helping Hand here. Yeah, I was pretty prepared for both versions of the Weak Armor Weakness Policy stuff and the other side. So feeling pretty good about this. Although I could definitely still lose to Orpheum. Knockoff going to come out into the Indeedee, take the knockout. All right. And does the Orpheum get to move? Nope. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh man, I don't even get to reveal. I mean, I hope he actually unfollows. I want to reveal my back, man. I want to reveal my back. I'm gonna go for Icy Wind again because I want the speed drop for my back Pokemon. Because I want my Hydrapple and Duosion just to outspeed the Orpheum naturally. What is Orpheum's natural speed? I highly doubt this has investment. Oh, okay. My OBS was crashing out for a second. I think Ninetales is kind of freezing the camera for a second. We get a knockoff into the Orpheum. Okay, Orpheum 85. Okay, so I think I need to go for another Icy Wind if I want to outspeed it. But yeah, I'd always go for Icy Wind anyway. We go for a knockoff. I feel bad for Shady because he's like saying it's like, Orpheum, do something. And it's like, well, it's a frozen worm. What can I say? What can I say? Here goes the knockoff. Goodbye. Oh, not yet. Still doesn't. Dude, I feel bad for him because I want to at least reveal my Duosion back. Like, I didn't even get to reveal it. All right, we go for Icy Wind knockoff, KO the Orpheum, and goodbye Orpheum. So Ninetales takes the knockout on Orpheum. All right, so pretty interesting. He brought Indeedee back with Orpheum because no Ursaluna. So I'm assuming it's not Shed Tail. I'm assuming this is like some Iron Defense body press set with like maybe Heavy Slam. So I don't have to worry about the Orpheum nearly as much, which is cool. But we got to go in the game too. And yeah, that's kind of thing about the Trick Room, like Psyspam stuff with like Indeedee Armorage. I felt like it draft kind of like limited the ability to really do much here. So I think How do I want to approach this? He's not gonna let me do it again, right? I don't think so. I could do Ninetales plus Crocodile again. Do I really want to? I kind of want to show off the Duosion mode if I can, because I imagine his Pokemon are pretty fast then. Ninetales Duosion, or not Ninetales Duosion. I think Crocodile Duosion is fine here. Yeah, I kind of like the Crocodile Duosion. I'm going to do Crocodile Duosion. I do live +2 Heat Wave, I believe. Let me just double check if I live +2 Heat Wave with my Duosion. I should. Oh yeah, easily. I live Heat Wave easily. Armor Cannon, not so much, but that's fine. I think we just lead Crocodile plus Duosion. I think it's a pretty good lead for the most part. Then I think in the back, I'm going to do my Hydrapple Blastoise. I just really want to bring this mode, man. I think it's fun. I think I'm just going to go with these 4. If I really have to, I'll figure out the game 3 and I'll probably just bring Blastoise in the back over like Hydrapple since he didn't bring the Ursaluna, but we'll see. I feel like you should bring Ursaluna this time around. I think the weak armor weakness policy Armarouge, like, it's strong in surprise, but I don't think it's like really that good once it's known about. Especially like as you saw, the damage was like non-existent to me. It might have Energy Ball, but that's fine. Okay, he leads it again. Armarouge plus the Houndoom, but I think that's completely fine. Not clicking Expanding Force. He might click Energy Ball if he has it into the Crocodile, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to go for Knockoff into the Armarouge, and I'm just going to go for Trick Room. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm pretty sure that if I get Trick Room up, then I could get Blastoise in to click Spout against his team, and I don't think his team really likes that Spout option. And I don't think this is Wide Guard. They're going to go for Terrassalization this time, so this is probably Armarouge. Yeah, this is Armarouge. Do I live Dark Pulse in a Heat Wave? I have no idea about my Houndoom calcs, so we'll find out. I don't think so. I think we live, but we'll see. Dirt Grass. Oh, they go for Whisk. That's fine. I don't mind that. Okay, so that has Will-O-Wisp. Good to know. As we do get the knockoff, that will activate the weak armor. Or the weakness policy. They do go for Energy Ball. This isn't going to KO Crocodile since it has no investment. Yeah. I could have went for the Terra Fire, but I don't think I needed it. And now we get Trick Room up. I don't know if they have Trick Room on the Armarouge. I kind of doubt it. I could go for the double up in the Armarouge, or I could target down the Houndoom. I kind of like the idea of sacking Crocodile to bring in my Blastoise, which I think is really good. Let me check. How much do I do to a Houndoom? I assume this has investment. Like, imagine this is like max speed or something, because it was fast. High horsepower does a lot. It does do a lot. I think my best play, though, is to probably just go for a knockoff into the Armarouge again and protect, though. The reason is then I could put them into range of like Blastoise Water Spout plus Shadow Ball. Okay, they retreat the Houndoom, so good play on their part. Is this the Entity? Orfworm. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, double swap. Good play from Shady. Okay. But I do get a knockoff into the Entity, so I do get rid of the item. And he did give me access to Expanding Force now, which is actually pretty good with my Duosion, so I can put on some decent, solid damage here. So we will go for knockoff. Okay, good damage. I need to make sure that Trick Room always gets up in this game, which I think is fine. I think I'm just going to go for a knockoff into Orfworm again, and I'm going to go for Expanding Force to get some decent damage, because I'll do actually some pretty good damage here. So we get some pretty good damage. No Follow Me either. So Light Screen coming out. Look at that damage to Orfworm. That's insane damage. They go for Body Press immediately, which is fine. If they reverse Trick Room here, this is really good for me. Like, if they reverse Trick Room, that's insanely good for me. It's just Light Screen. Okay. Which is cool by me. Because the Orfworm's not set up, so I don't know. I feel like this position's still alright. How many turns did Trick Room to have? This was turn 3? Yeah, this was turn 3. I could go into Blastoise and click Spout. Or I could go Hydrapple. Hmm. I'm debating about going Blastoise here. I'm just drawing off Muddy Water expandings. That should be fine. They have to respect the Blastoise offensively, I think. If we go Blastoise, I'm clicking Muddy Water here into expanding. Yeah, there's 2 turns of Trick Room, which I'm not happy about, but granted, I don't think this is that bad of a position. I kind of want a Trick Room here, actually, so I can... Because I think Muddy Water is going to miss a knockout on both Pokemon, but I think I could get a double knockout the next turn by going for Muddy Water, reverse Trick Room here, then Trick Room again by getting a double knockout on Indy. I actually like that. Yeah, I'm going to Muddy Water and Trick Room. They're going to go for a Protect with Orphan, which is fine. Dude, are they going to Trick Room with Indity? Because that'd be insane for me. Okay, no, they just went for Psychic, which is cool. Okay. So I go for Muddy Water. How much does this do to Indity? I'm hoping that this will do enough. Putting in range where I need it to be. Okay, cool. That is enough. So I do get the Trick Room. And now my Blastoise is faster than these Pokemon. And then I can go for Muddy Water and Trick Room again. So that's basically why I made this Muddy Water Trick Room play. Because now I can get more turns out of my Trick Room. I'm going to go for Muddy Water and Trick Room. So very nice. I don't think I'm going to waste my Terastallization with Blastoise because I don't think I knock out the Orthworm anyway. So that's not that big of a deal. I don't have to worry about the Houndoom because I have Hydro Pump on my Hydrapple, but I will have to hit a Hydro Pump most likely in this game, which is the only sus part about my plan. But overall, I think it's like a cool plan. My only question is, do I KO Armor Rouge with Expanding Force Muddy Water once the terrain wears off through Light Screen? That I'm not 100% sure about. But then again, I don't think they have a way to reverse Trick Room, so that should be alright. I feel like I'm okay no matter what, but we'll see. I hit the Muddy Waters, which is great. Look at that damage. Ooh, Terra would have KO'd. Wow, I'm surprised it did that much to Orthworm. Jeez. Body Press? Iron Defense, that's fine. Okay. I wonder if I KO... I mean, it looks like I KO with Expanding Force. Which is cool, because I have one more turn of Terrain left, right? Yeah, I do have one more turn of Terrain left. Cool. So this should be... If it's Houndoom, it's Focus Sash, right? And if it's Armor Rouge, you're going for Protect, and I assume that you don't have Focus Sash on the Houndoom. Did I get to confirm if it was potentially Focus Sash? No, I went for Icy Wind, so I broke the Sash. Yeah, it's Houndoom. I'm not surprised here. I'm going to go for Muddy Water, and let me double check. I should KO Orthworm here. I'm like very confident. Oh, I don't have Orthworm in the calculator. I'm just clicking Expanding Force. I think it's fine too. I still think Hydrapple is in an amazing position to just win this end game realistically. They're also running out of Light Screen turns too anyway, so even if this is this isn't even that bad of a case, especially because Expanding Force should KO Orthworm. If they protect Orthworm to get a hit off of Houndoom, Muddy Water will bring down the Sash. Ooh, they retreat the Houndoom to stall out this terrain, it looks like. But Expanding Force covers the switches, so this works out fine. Armor Rouge. They do protect the Orthworm. But I understand what they're going for. Okay, we go for the Expanding Force. Huge. And Muddy Water. I actually think I'm missing the knockout on Armor Rouge, but that's fine. Yeah. It's leftovers. Terrain disappears, which is a shame, but right now I think this should be all right. I think I just get to go for Muddy Water. I mean, I could swap in Hydrapple. I have two plays. I could switch into Hydrapple or not. I don't think I should. I think I should just Muddy Water, and I think I should just Shadow Ball the Armor Rouge. Shadow Ball will KO the Armor Rouge. They have to respect the Blastoise. They have to go for Body Press in the Blastoise, which I assume should KO. I assume Body Press KOs Blastoise from Orthworm. I imagine this is like max defense Orthworm because it has not taken special attacks well at all. But then again, I've only really used Orphan when Tinglu was a thing. So they gave me the Armor, which is nice. I'm assuming they don't have Protect. I guess I can double up that slot the next turn. They go for Body Press. They should kill Blastoise. Yeah, okay. And let's see. Fish +2. Yeah, Body Press was easily knocking that out. Hydrapple, how much do you take from Body Press? You might not get to a KO depending on the spread. Houndoom. Yep. I'm covering if it's Sash on the Houndoom. I'm gonna go for Hydro Pump and Shadow Ball, I think, because I assume if you had Houndoom, you're going to just, I'm assuming it's like Sucker Punch, Wisp, and some setup moves. So I think if I Hydro Pump Shadow Ball, I should KO the Houndoom, because Houndoom does not have much. Well, granted, I have to hit the Hydro Pump, and then I am risking like some other attacks, but we'll see. Houndoom. Got like okay Spadef, but I'm pretty sure Hydro Pump and the Shadow Ball should KO. Yeah, looks like Shadow Ball should KO. Well, it depends, actually. Let's see. I'm willing to risk it here. If we get Shadow Ball, Spadef drop, we guarantee the knockout if it's like max HP and has Spadef, but I assume it has speed. Shadow Ball, no protects, not surprised. Okay, decent damage. Nice. Big Hydro Pump hit. Ooh, we don't KO the Houndoom. Wait a minute. That did nothing. Oh, Destiny Bond. Okay. This could get a bit weird. How many turns of Trick Room do I have? 1. So it's a Wisp, which is fine. Okay. Oh, do I want to take the knockout and just rely on Hydrapple to beat the Orthworm? How much does Hydro Pump do to Orthworm? Orthworm, it really does not do much damage. I do a lot, actually. Oh, I do a lot. I just got a hit. I think I'm going to Reflect and Shadow Ball the Houndoom. I think they're just going to Protect. Yep, exactly. I'm okay with taking the knockout with Houndoom if I get the Reflect up. A Sucker Punch my Hydrapple. Beautiful. And here's the Reflect tech on the Hydrapple. The Shadow Ball will KO the Houndoom. I'm okay with taking this 1v1. Just don't get super unlucky, Hydrapple. Please. Don't get super unlucky and we'll be fine. Oh, wait. Because he Sucker Punched. That means he doesn't have... Oh, he Sucker Punched, which actually screwed up his Destiny Bond. Because the Houndoom moved first. I was like, where's my Duosion? Beautiful. Okay, now we can Hydro Pump Trick Room and we're set. We're set. I thought that endgame was going to be scared and I fought because I thought I was going down there. But yeah, it's Heavy Slam as the last, so it's not doing too much damage. I just need to land like 2 Hydro Pumps and not get like super unlucky. Wow. Wait, what? Oh, it's because what I have in the calc is like max Spadef Orthworm, but it was like max Fizdef Orthworm. So Hydro Pump was like a 2-shot. Okay. Good games to Shady, man. Duosion Hydrapple. I did it for the fan art. I did it for the fan. Oh, man. What a game against Shady, though. Oh. I did it. The Hydrapple Duosion. It didn't happen week 1, fan, but I am hoping you enjoyed the Hydrapple Duosion endgame of game 2. Oh, man. That was fun. That was fun. The Blastoise Water Spout tech didn't come into play as much as I thought, but then again, it was the Driplim mode. If it was like the standard Trick Room stuff, I was well prepared for it. And then I knew that I could, like, if they brought the fast mode, I could potentially sweep in the Trick Room itself. So I had a feeling that I could go for that, and I'm really happy with my Texas one because I don't think I covered like for everything Shady could have done. Like, I was scared potentially of like Choice Specs Female Entity with Terra Fairy blowing up my team and some other things, but Granted, I decided to go with a fun route because I want to do the Duosion plus the Hydrapple mode, and then I also I knew Crocodile was really good with Alolan Ninetales, and then I knew Blastoise was a huge thing. So really happy with like how it worked out. And that was the match between the Jubilife Piplups and the New York Mankeys. I do think that Shady's draft is a little bit tough because of the fact that it really focuses on only 2 different modes you can really choose from, between that weak armor Armarouge or the hard trick Psyspam. And if you cover for both and know how to play against both of those, it's a little bit rough, I think, for Shady in general. So I do believe that Shady is a phenomenal player though, especially in Draft League. And of course, he does have some changes coming up to his roster that I do know about. So I think that Shady can go for a really deep run and still make it into the top 4 potentially, because I think his new draft is going to be really potent, especially upcoming. And we'll see how he does, but make sure you go check him out. I have a huge amount of respect for Shady, so go check him out, make some awesome Pokemon content in general. And yeah, you can go check out the Draft League coaches down below in the description. And we're going to be taking on Uzi next week, who has been on a pretty insane run lately. So pretty excited to see it, but no free matches here. Every coach in the Wolfey Draft League going to be a difficult match no matter what. So, but hopefully the Jubilife Piplups can stay cool and hopefully go on a winning streak. We'll see how it goes.